Welcome to And Whose Fault Is That? Today is Monday, December 11th. Today's episode, Tuna. It's what's for breakfast. No, wait, it's tuna. It's what's for dinner. Shit. Stop snickering, woman. Let me try this again. You're like, I'm using that in the cold open. Welcome to And Whose Fault Is That? Today is Monday. Today's topic. Oh, God. See, I've lost it. Stop snickering. Tuna. Tuna. It's what's for dinner.
Like I've been fixing everything else, Phil. God damn it. I gotta constantly fix everything else. What happened here? Why is it? Oh, this is the wrong collection. I got Discord. There we go. We're much better now.
Like, why is it?
I was like, that doesn't.
Desktop.
Yeah, I was like, that's weird. Okay. Anyway, why can't we just start like normal?
Why can't we? Yeah, why can't we start like normal people?
Yeah, I know.
This could just be weird.
But yeah, welcome everybody. As Phil said, what episode 6? We're talking
episode 6. Yes.
We're not necessarily talking about tuna, or are we? But also.
Oh no, it's quite literally tuna, but it is a side note. Now, I'm gonna send you a picture in chat. So we're going with Nyxi's reaction for 100. Just as soon as I convert this to a regular.
So when you say chat, you mean cell phone?
Your chat. Yeah, no, personal chat. Yeah, so Discord chat?
Oh, yeah, perfect. Okay, yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, Discord chat works? Okay, so now that you're a JPEG and not some sort of weird proprietary Apple thing. So when I saw this last week at the grocery store, I didn't see what it was called.
Like our personal chat or the podcast?
Yeah,
chat?
A personal podcast chat.
Oh, okay. One moment, please. Boo-doo-doo-doo. Does that say Nyxi?
That says Nyxi.
Chunk light tuna.
But would you like to know the size of that? Because it's deceiving.
Is it
60 ounces?
I mean, it looks like a big can, but
oh, I know. It's just like I saw this last week, and I took so much not to, because I'm like, I saw this and was like, this is a podcast topic. Weird stuff in grocery stores.
Stuff in grocery stores, yes.
Because I walked by and I was like, I'm sorry, is that a coffee can? No. Nyxi chunk light tuna in olive oil, or chunk light tuna in vegetable oil. Your choice. This did incentivize me to go hop on the internet and go to ChatGPT and type the following statement. Give me recipes that require 60 ounces of chunk light tuna.
Oh my God. Okay. Give me, because that's what at scale, like for a fucking family of 10? Talk to me. What is it?
I mean, how many servings are we talking about? Because I mean, what is it? 60 ounces divided by 8. It's 7.5 pounds of tuna. You could use this.
I want to hear ChatGPT be like, okay, you need 36 packs of penne. Like what?
Well, so that was the thing, is I tried to get it to scale up, but it just kept doing the dumb thing. Like, I'm sorry, I can't be racist or hateful or help you build a bomb. It was like, oh, here's a recipe for a tuna casserole that requires 15 ounces of tuna. You can scale this up to whatever you need. I'm like, stop telling me to scale it up. Just give me the map.
If anything, tell me the opposite. Tell me to stop killing myself with this much tuna. Intervene, goddammit, intervene.
The reply should be, why do you have that much tuna?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Oh no. Okay. Yeah, that is way like, too much.
It did. I saw this halfway through my grocery store run and was just like, spent the rest of the walk going, what do you use that much tuna for? I mean,
I feel a little bit like we shorthanded the title of the stream, though, because it should have just been like, tuna, it's what's for dinner forever.
for the next 6 months.
For the next 6 months, it's tuna.
It's just an impractical sized can, too, because when you crack this open, as if you zoom in, it says something along the lines of like, store in a cool, dry place. After opening, refrigerate and consume within 3 days. Boy, that clock is ticking.
Oh my God, that is a time bomb. Seriously. Like, what the hell? It's like, how much did you eat of the tuna, Derek?
Yeah, I'm going to need more mayo.
Oh my God. Voila!
So I just
This
want
is the
to also point out,
thumbnail. There you go. Yeah.
yeah. The thing that also kills me is that like this isn't at, I guess so. I find Lidl strange, right? So there is a, if you get the big warehouse stores, if this was in like a big warehouse store, wouldn't have even thought. They have 5-gallon drums of ketchup and oil drums of mayonnaise. This is normal, but this was at Lidl because it's my closest grocery store, and I'm like, okay, let's shop German, and Lidl is also like for me a playground of bizarre things. The first time we went, we were in Europe, and I'd never been in one, and I walk in and it's like beautiful bakery, smells, breads, oh fruits, vegetables. Turn the corner, table saw, welder, and I'm like, what did I just walk into? Why is all the center aisles like women's socks, bras, and a welder?
Oh my god, listen, it's practical, okay? Because worst case scenario, you can find it at Lidl. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, actually, it seemed to also be, what was it? My parents were here for Easter a couple years ago, and they specifically were like, oh, we want an egg slicer. Like mom is making like egg salad, she wants an egg slicer, and so we go to IKEA.
Yeah.
And she's like, these are all terrible. They're all plastic. This is gonna break in 5 seconds. I want like a metal wire one.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know where to hunt one down. That same evening, going to get something at Lidl, walk down the center aisle. Metal egg slicer. Okay.
Oh my god, it's like they make sure that the center aisle is for the people that really know the old country, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what scenario are you looking for there where you just buy everything from the middle aisle, Sandra decided to open the oven door and pull out the casserole, and then the oven door fell off, so that needs to be welded, but then everything spilled on the floor, and then she got her socks dirty, so you gotta go get socks, a welder, and you gotta get everything in the middle aisle. Who designed, who did the planograms for that? That's what I want to know.
Fantastic. But yeah.
But I don't think I've ever seen that much tuna in a can. Like, I've gone to the business stores where it's kind of like a Costco, Sam's Club kind of thing, and bought giant amounts of things, but I've never seen a can of tuna, especially in olive oil that big.
Yeah, it's normal. I mean, I was gonna say it's $13.99 just for our. I sent you the artwork. Yeah, and olive oil. Yeah, but I love it. So it's like it's $13.99. My God, like you could just, if you really want to get olive oil, it's probably cheaper to buy this and pour it.
Oh my God.
Ugh. But yeah, I didn't notice till tonight when I was prepping this photo that it was called Nyxi, but just with an E.
With an E, yeah. Nyxi, Nyx, or Nyxi. Who knows what it is? At this point, I have had my name spelled like that, so who knows? But that's a lot of tuna.
Now I'm like half tempted to walk by because there's like there's 8 cans of this now. I should like swing by there and be like.
I think the only thing that I find weird, okay, well, it's like a combo, right? Because when you're in a grocery store and you see like something like bizarre, you're like, what the fuck? And I've only really have one core memory unlocked from finding a weird thing, and we were high as hell. This was like 15 years ago. It was me, Christina, and Christine. So the two Chrissies and me. We were going to like the present Christina / Lady Bubbaloo's house in the on the outside of Montreal. It's kind of like a cabin in the woods kind of style. Her father built the house, but you don't live there anymore, basically. You just go for, I want to be in the woods and camp and shit. Anyway, this fucking one weekend we all got super buzzed out of our fucking minds, and then ended up going to the grocery store, and we're all like, oh, what do you want to eat? What do you want to eat? I can't even remember half the conversations. We're fucking gone. And then I look at the top shelf, and I just start fucking dying of laughter. And it was such an immature thing. It was JackFruit, which I've never fucking heard of at that time. So I was like, what the fuck is JackFruit? And then the brand was called Cock Brand. So it was Cock Brand JackFruit.
JackFruit.
And for 2 years,
Esquire.
we would sing cock brand JackFruit. Like, that's it. We even bought a can. Like, with the whole night, there was a video we made. We were trying to advertise the cock brand JackFruit. Like, it was the most immature, core memory unlocked. That's the only thing that I can remember about weird things. And once I saw a rabbit's foot next to a can of sauce, it was really confusing. But that's about it. That's it.
It's just, I also, like, you say that, and all I can think of is, like, this is like a cartoon detective's name.
Cock brand JackFruit.
Esquire, yeah, or he's a lawyer. He's a private dick.
The third cock brand JackFruit. Are you Detective JackFruit? Call me cock. Like, what?
he's a private detective that helps women wose husbands have strayed.
And only wears...
It's all said black and white. Yeah, he wears suits.
He only wears Crocs. That's it. I mean, like, only his shoes. The only shoes he wears are Crocs. Not that he's naked and only Crocs. That's probably even worse.
Just, hold on, let's specify.
Let's specify. I don't want to give you the wrong stupid visual. I'm so sorry. Better be specific. Anyway, moving along. Speaking of, I feel like super fixated on the dinner part now of that sentence. And I think it's because I will admit, as I was telling Phil, dear audience, I totally basically panicked 5 minutes before we went live because I totally forgot it was Monday and we had a podcast. And so I was actually in the middle of making myself some rice that I could put with some chickpeas. It's like a pre-made little Indian meal that I really like. And so I want to know what you had for dinner because it's 8:00 where you're at. So you certainly ate already.
Yes. So we did a Christmas party this weekend, and one of the leftover foods was we'd made sloppy joes as one of the entrees. So there's a bunch of ground beef left over, and I also had some garlic cilantro chicken.
Oh God, that's
left over.
Delightful.
Yeah, so like I had enough to make like 2 tacos with the chicken, and then I busted out the ground beef left over from Sloppy Joe's and put Mexican spices into it and made tacos. So that was my dinner.
Sounds like it could
just
work.
Quick 5-minute, just slap together salsa, cheese.
Are you good? Is it done? No more leftovers? Or you probably
those it. Yeah, so those leftovers.
Okay,
yeah, so that was like a clean the fridge thing. So I was like, you know what? Let me think.
That's not a bad takeaway.
Kind of scoop through. Yeah.
I went to this place called Tarka yesterday, which is it's a chain, but it's an Indian restaurant, and that's absolutely my favorite cuisine. And I ended up having Tarka dal, which is lentils, because I can only eat peasant food. Anyway, I ordered like an exorbitant amount of naan, and the person at the register is like, you want 4 orders of naan? I was like, yes. He's like, you do realize that's 16 pieces of bread? I was like, oh yeah, that's coming home with me. Give me the damn naan, bro. Don't question me. Like, stop.
Did I stutter?
Yeah, don't make me ask for 5. So anyway. Jake's full. He has like paneer biryani, and we tried this like new appetizer, and then we had samosas or whatever. And so I asked him, like, can you go get a box? Because I'm full. I just want to take this home. I'll eat it later tonight or maybe tomorrow. I gotta stop fucking boxing stupid shit. Literally. I gotta either just leave the 2 spoons that are there, okay? Or just fucking inhale it and just figure it out on the way home if I'm gonna die or not. Because I keep boxing like a third of a meal and it's just not enough. Like, I keep doing this to myself every time. I legitimately had 2 spoons of rice and maybe a tablespoon of lentils. And I took the box, which looks like one of
this
those...
is a great appetizer.
I know.
For nothing.
For nothing, yeah. I took the box that looks like, the Chinese cardboard ones.
Yeah.
I flipped it upside down onto my plate, and it went like, and literally this size. And I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? And I was like, I could warm up naan and then just... So I ate naan while I was waiting for the thing to warm up in the microwave. And I was like, maybe by the time I eat this naan, I'll be full if I eat the rice too. And I was very disappointed. But because I have leftover naan, I was making more of my Indian stuff that was in the cupboard. But I gotta stop fucking packing stupid shit. What pointless leftovers. Pointless. And it's like, are you done with your food? And I'm like, can I have a box, please? And I don't know if it's just my innate disability to throw things out or just the balance that I'm trying to find between the finish all your food, we're broke, and the and the don't throw anything out. How dare you? There's people that are starving. And so I just bring home everything if I can't breathe.
I'm trying to remember where I saw this recently on the internet. It was some comedian. It was like basically the gist of the joke being, can I have a box? I'd like to go throw this away at my house after 4 days.
Oh, never. No.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, that's the
Yeah. Can I have a box that I'm going to throw out?
Box, I want to bring this and throw this in the back of my fridge for a week and forget about it.
I feel like if I was going to throw something out, it would be home leftovers, which is bad. Because sometimes I'm like, what the fuck is that all the way in the back in the fucking... like really nice Pyrex.
What's your name, little
Tupperware.
boy? Oh, you're a stew I made 3 months ago. Oh,
no, not that. That's too much. No, but I had we made cheesesteaks last week, and I had caramelized onions, and I had some bell peppers that I had sliced and cooked, and I just stored them together in the same container. I was like, worst case, I'll put it on eggs or something. I don't know. And I guess I must have forgot it because it was such a small container. The container's so small that a tiny cream cheese Tupperware could cover it.
Yeah.
Like if you're standing. So I moved the cream cheese because I'm like, what can I do with this cream cheese? I haven't bought bagels for a year. Like I haven't bought anything. And I'm like, So I'm going through ideas of what to use this cream cheese for. And then I see the Pyrex and I'm like,
peeking out from behind the cream cheese.
And I gotta open this. It's gonna smell like asshole. It's fucking onions. Like, I'm like, God, what if I just leave it here and maybe it'll just fucking like eventually just disappear because it deteriorates. I'll just open to find dust. Maybe I'll just do that. But yeah. So it's always the stuff in my fridge that I cook at home that I forget to fucking consume. Which is rare for onions and stuff, but that was the last thing that I could remember, or at least most recent anyway. But like pastas, anything like that, he'll eat it. He's a big leftovers person. I'm like,
yeah.
Unless it's like unless it's something that you know has to be eaten in multiple days. Like a lasagna or a giant
so if you're
shepherd's
batch
pie.
cooking,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, you're batch cooking. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're batch cooking.
Exactly that. Okay. So at the risk of having you repeat yourself, a little birdie told me, and the birdie is you, that you don't finish your books and you book hop. You're a page whore?
Book hop.
Talk to me.
Yeah.
What
Page
happened?
whore? Yeah. No, it's just I had there's a podcast 99% Invisible that has turned me on to a book that I did not really grasp the full depth and breadth of till much later in the podcast where they were describing it, and it's this autobiography, or not auto, it's a biography of Robert Moses. And I just, it's 1,200 pages, and the podcast is going to read 100 pages a month for the entire year of 2024. And so it was the newest thing that I added to my collection. On top of, I think on top of the like 3 or 4 others that I have, which are A Confederacy of Dunces, and then an old book called It's All Too Much, and it's like a organizational cleanup book.
Sorry, I'm laughing. You have read It's All Too Much. Okay, anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I have read. Well, again, it's like I got to a certain point and was like, I should implement some of these these changes, and then let's put it down. I feel like I have one more floating around here somewhere, but I'd have to go upstairs and take a look. And
So by next year, when you're done reading this giant ass book, you can hollow it out and put the rest of your books in it as storage.
Yeah, no,
In case
she's
you're
she's
bad.
huge. She's 1,200 pages, and yeah, the Amazon box that this came in today, I was not. I had genuinely forgotten that I had ordered this, and like two packages come, and I'm expecting 4 items,
Mm.
or sorry, I think it was 4 items total, but like I was like, oh, here's one of those padded envelope things, and I pick it up, and it doesn't weigh anything, and I'm like, oh, cool. So I forget what's in here, and then I pick up this box, and it weighs like 6 pounds, and I'm like, what? God, did I buy? And I crack it. I'm like, oh, the book. It said paperback, but I apparently forgot 1,200 pages of paper is still heavy.
Do you
So
prefer the pliable or hard copies if you can get like the actual hard copy of a book? Do you prefer the stiff or
I prefer the cheaper. So a lot of my choices will prefer, because it's one of these things I know I'm going to read this once, and then I'm either going to donate it or pass it on to somebody else. And I don't know. It's one of these things where I don't know. I don't think I have. I would just say stuff that I'm just reading. I don't think I tend to grab paperbacks, the pliable ones,
Mm-hmm.
just for ease of. And again, I say cheaper, but actually to me, it's the ease of like throwing this in a backpack and being less precious with it. Not that I write in my books or anything, but like, if the spine gets cracked on this, I don't really care. Like the whole point is to read it. I know of many people, or I know of some people in my circles who are very like, oh no, we can't crack the spine. We have to be very gentle. I'm like, what's the point? It's the book. Just read it.
It's the book. Just read it. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I think that certain books, if I see them they don't have the pliable cover, it depends what book it is, then I'll be like, yeah, I want to read this. And I'll still be, comfortable with it when I'm reading it, but then I'll be like, I like this. It's something that I would display. So there's the display versions, and then there's the who cares? Like you described, like they're meant to be read. You can throw them in a bag. Like this is not going to be something you're going to read 6 times in a row. So yeah, I get it. Okay.
Did I ever show you or tell you this was also an antique mall find?
What?
My encyclopedia of New Yorker cartoons.
No.
If you give me 2 seconds, I'll go grab it off the mantle.
Okay. We're going to just do really fun what is it called? Jeopardy music? Boo doo 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 doo. Boo doo 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 boo.
All right. So
all right, Alex Trebek back. Okay, we're back. Cool. Well, he's not back. He's dead. But anyway.
yeah.
Sorry, too soon. I'm kidding. Holy. Oh, okay.
It's 2. It's A through K, Volume 1, and Volume 2, L through Z. And it's the New Yorker Encyclopedia of Cartoons.
A semi-serious
I don't know what
A to Z what?
A through K, and then L through Z.
No, it says a semi-serious
Here,
A to Z archive, and then forward by David Almanick. I'm trying to properly read this. It's very small.
Oh, Remnick, yeah.
Okay.
Edited by Bob Mankoff.
Okay.
And yeah, it's 2 very, very girthy volumes that and they're I love the fact that they're actually sorted by topic.
Oh yes, okay, that's good.
So it's like we start at A for accountants.
Oh boy, what a way to really pull you in as soon as you open that first chapter.
Yep, and then on to aging and American history and to architecture. Ooh, beached whales gets its own pages.
Stop it. Beatniks. Oh my goodness.
Bowling pins.
That's so funny.
Bunnies. Cavemen and women.
Bro, was there really nothing before accountants?
No, hand to God, first page accountants.
Why not? Okay, what was the second one?
I think the second one was advertising. Hold on.
Go with advertising and call the other ones money people.
Oh no, it's better apparently. So it's accountants. I found the index here. Accountants, Adam and Eve, adultery, advertising, aging,
Oh, come on. Even if you
Air
would have started
travel.
with Adam and Eve, I know, like,
I
I'm
think
not.
these are in straight alphabetical order, though. So
That's so good. That's
these are
so
just.
good.
I remember when I first got this, I was like on the floor giggling at some of the stupidity of these because I mean they're I don't know what the time span of these are, but it's quite a bit. So you get things that are just like you get Reagan jokes in here.
It's an encyclopedia, after all.
Yeah, and you get stuff as soon as like, you get Google stuff and iPhone jokes and things like that too, um but I think it's funny.
So,
So,
okay, so you have, obviously, which is out of frame now, where
yeah.
these encyclopedias are sitting.
Yes.
Okay. And what is next to this? Is other books, or like, what do you got out of frame there?
No, I've got my Legos,
Oh, it's your
like my Lego
mantle, you
architect.
said.
Yeah,
Okay.
so mantle over the fireplace. I just keep this because it doesn't fit on any bookshelf that I have, not
Got it.
vertically
Got
at
it.
least. So, oh, and I never noticed the spine of this thing
Oh, let me
has
see.
full of
Adam and
yeah,
Eve banana peels, as one would do in sequential order. Is okay. And then quiz show Renaissance. Yes, very much.
just all sorts of goofy stuff. So, but yeah, this was another like yeah. Again, I
Please
don't know
tell
how old
me.
this is.
Well, you don't know how old it is, but
Oh, it's easy to check. I think
help
there's
me out
usually.
here. Yeah,
I mean,
there's a publishing date, I'm sure, but I'm saying, like,
yeah,
you said you found it, like, it's
one of
a
those antique
find.
malls and stuff, but it doesn't mean
Okay.
it's yeah. It is not that bad. 2018. So somebody just kind of probably found this at a garage sale and then
Okay,
put it
but
in
like
their antique
survey
mall.
says $20.
$20. Yeah, it was $20 for this.
Definitely worth it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I
That's
mean, I
like
think Heather was with
hours
me, and
of, yeah.
I giddily grabbed this thing, and she's like, "What is wrong with you?" And I'm
No,
like,
that was
"This,
so good.
this,
Yeah,
it's coming
hours
home
and
with me."
hours of fun.
Just,
Yeah,
yeah, just
absolutely.
hours and hours of just dumb fun. For a while there, after I got this, my friend Bob was also his interest was piqued by this. So for a couple of weeks until until I lost interest in it, I would send him like photos of pages.
Oh, nice.
Just be like, "Oh, I found a funny one." Click.
Oh, I found a
Um,
funny one.
yeah, but other things on the mantle are my Lego architecture stuff. So, yeah.
I still need those replacement pieces for the
Oh
Venice.
yes, and you told me what they were, and I was like trying to find them at one
Who
point. I
knows
know, I
now?
know. What's that?
Who remembers what the hell they were?
I thought you had told me once upon a time. Like that was like the spire of one of the things.
Unless if you've changed your phone and you still have that conversation, cool. If not, my phone's changed 3 times since then, so I
No,
don't.
I haven't changed it. I mean, I have, but my stuff gets backed up to. I use the
Yeah,
cloud
it's like
backup,
the
so I
one
know
that
it should
looks
be
like a
buried.
ramp, and I'm missing like a dude, and I'm missing
Yeah,
like a nipple. Like, it's weird, like 3 random weird things.
yeah, yeah. And I think I had. Whenever you told me, I thought I need to go check downstairs in my giant Lego stash because I swear that I went hunting through my spare parts, and I think I
Yeah.
found at least a couple of them
Mm.
because I know it also has to be in white. Yeah, because yours is the was it is it Venice? It's Venice,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, it's
But yeah,
basically
the
white, brown,
architecture
and
set.
yeah, that's about it. Um,
So,
yeah,
do you have any other Legos?
that is the only piece I have,
That's
and
the
that thing
only Lego
travels
piece
with
you have?
me from house to house, like wrapped in like a towel. I think I take care more of that than the shit in my closet. Like, it's always, and then sometimes I would just put it in a Ziploc, and like I would expect the tower to come off, but at least I knew everything would be together, you know?
Yeah, all the pieces are
So
at
yeah,
least
yeah,
cohesive. Yeah.
yeah. At this point, like, maybe sometimes I'll be like, oh no, the bridge is falling, but that's about it. And like, yeah, that thing is just like the only piece I have. I didn't buy any after that. I didn't. Yeah, I wasn't like inspired. I saw the other collections and I was like, these are really dope. And then I was like, damn, this is a little pricey, and I don't know if I want to
Oh
do
no, it
this.
gets. I had. Do you remember what I used to have on my desk at work? I had like the little mini town square ones. So over COVID, I discovered that my set was the first of another 2 sets
Mm-hmm.
that were slightly smaller, but turns out that they were like promos at Toys R Us.
Mm-hmm.
And they used to just sell them at like the checkouts and stuff. But of
Oh,
course, Toys
okay,
R Us
okay,
is
like one
long
of those.
dead.
Okay, okay, got
Yeah,
it.
but it was also tiny little like things, and there is such a giant just resource of Lego stuff all over the internet.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, and I hunted down, just not even hunted down, like I tripped across this I think it was Rebrickable, but the point is that like people, it's like the eBay for Legos, and you you could do all sorts of research. They'll tell you everything in that series. So then I discover, I'm like, okay, so mine was series 1 and there's also series 2 and 3. Okay, what sets consist of sets 2 and 3? Okay, let's go hunting.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is that it's everything from, do you want a pristine, perfect, in the box sealed set? Okay, that'll be $40. Do you just want all the pieces in a Ziploc bag with the instructions? It's $6. And I'm like, that's what I'd like. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And that's what I was just like, I don't care. It doesn't have to be in a box. I don't care if it's been opened, assembled, and then broken back down and you're reselling it. As long as you give me the instructions so I can put this stuff back together again,
Which now
it's
you
living
can,
on my bookshelf.
which now you could find online anyway. You can find all that stuff online, but it's funny that you say fuck it with the boxes, because I was someone that very much collected all the boxes, because when it was time for me to move, I wanted everything to go back in its original box. And then as I got deeper and deeper within this industry, like the last decade, I ended up accumulating, and I got a fucking uncomfortable amount of fucking boxes that like shouldn't exist. And it's like, I have too many peripherals to keep the original boxes for. And so when we moved here, I threw out so many boxes, because a lot of them I used to keep like as a display or something like that. Like, you know, like here's all the controllers, here's the Xboxes, like all that shit. I got rid of like 95% of it, because I was like, I don't fucking care anymore. And I think that started also possibly because, like, you know, finish what you eat. We were broke, like, eat everything. And then when you buy something, you're like, look at my thing. I bought it. I worked hard. I saved money. And then here's my thing, which was hypocritical of me, because for the last 8 years, I haven't paid for a goddamn peripheral for, like, at all. And my first game was, like, 3 months ago. It was $100. And I haven't spent money on a game in, like, a really long time, because I keep getting them as promotions or, like, promotional things or testing or whatever. Anyway, sorry, tangent. I don't.
No, but I actually went through the basement with Mila sometime over the summer as well, and just took a look at all the boxes and stuff. And it was just like, why do I have the box to my thermostat?
Yeah.
I'm nothing. This is a 6-year-old nest. Why am I holding on to this? And I tossed a bunch of stuff as well. And I don't know. It's actually, but going back to the, you know, connecting this back to the book thing. That one book, the organizational, you know, decluttering book, It's All Too Much.
Yeah.
Literally has it. Like, I think the chapter that I stopped on to like take stock of my life is one where he lists like the 7 reasons we can't let go of stuff. And I can't remember. I think it was like number 4 is you can't get rid of stuff because you paid so much for it and now it's taking up space and you don't use it. And I just was like, these boxes, like this whole thing was like, oh, I have all these iPhone boxes, like they have value. No, you lunatic, they don't. So go away.
You like to think they have value.
Yes.
But they don't.
So there's a huge section where of him talking about how things, you put value on things that really don't have value, and it's just purely sentimental. And so so that's definitely like a cleanup. And then like you said, same deal where you're like, what am I doing with these boxes?
What am I doing? Like, and plus I don't have, like, I do understand that they served a purpose previously in other places that I've lived, because they did they were display case types of things. Like, I even had display cases so that you could see like the stuff that was going on. Yeah, it served as a background for broadcasting and stuff like that when that was the theme of the room. But eventually they all ended up in fucking bins, and I'm like, why am I keeping this? So in my head, at one point I started justifying it. Well, maybe I'll sell them. They gotta be worth something on eBay. It must be worth more with the original box. And blah, blah, blah. And pretty much before you know it, 6 fucking bins with boxes. Like, what kind of recycling nightmare is that shit? Yeah. It's like...
And on top of that, you're not selling the things on eBay because you've got better things to do. Mm-hmm. And same.
I sold some things and I was like, no, this is not gonna happen.
I'm like right now, I think my most recent version of that was when I replaced Mila's car stereo. I made the mistake of going on eBay being like, I wonder what the original Toyota the original Toyota radio.
$12.98. Yeah.
Yeah, it's $50, and I'm like, I can make $50. I'm like,
I can make $50.
it's sitting downstairs. It's sitting downstairs. Like, I should really like. Why? Why did I keep it? I should
Because
really
you can
toss
make
it.
$50.
I could, but who has time for that? Like, I don't.
Apparently we do. Keeping
I know.
stuff.
But that's
that
my
we're
point.
gonna
I'm just
mail.
like, it's just the. Oh, I should really post this on. Da-da-da. Yeah, I don't know. It's a fine line of especially when you lead a really busy life where you're just like adding these things to your to-do list that, you know, it's this growing, not even handwritten, it's this growing to-do list. Like, oh, you know, I'll put up the Christmas tree and I'll decorate it, and then I'll sell this radio on eBay, and then I'll also cook dinner, and then I'll bake some cakes, and I'll prepare for a party, and then I'll vacuum, and then I'll make sure the kid did their homework and walk the dog.
Some
and I'm
sort of like subliminal like it's got to be some guilt thing, because
Yeah.
for me
No,
it's
is.
always
It's
been
definitely
like a childhood appreciation for the things that you have, and this might be of value to someone, or this might help someone, or this, you know, what, you're too good for $50 now kind of thing. So that is always in the back of my head, like, I can't just throwing this out. And I threw out a lot of shit over the course of the last 6 months, and I was so uncomfortable throwing some stuff out because my brain had so locked into the idea that I could sell this for something. And even so, every time I would think of, oh, I'm going to sell, like, you know, ABC for XYZ, my brain always went to, because that's going to be $20 of food, or that's going to be whatever, or that covers the phone bill this month. And it's like, why all of a sudden am I not doing that? So it's been a very weird, like, internal struggle. But in terms of just clutter, I've only done this once in my life, so I shouldn't feel too guilty about it. Because otherwise, I already know myself. It's going to reset. I'm going to reaccumulate shit. I'm going to be like, oh, there's a Thomas Kincaid painting over there. I wonder how much that sells for. Never hung it up. Don't care about it. It's just there. It's been there for 3 years. So as much as I purge, I still keep some shit. Because I'm like, you never know. You never know. Maybe someone's looking for a Thomas Kincaid library edition. You never know. Nobody's looking for that shit.
Which, again, that's why I think, like, going back to our conversation last week, it's like things we find in antique malls. You're like, who's hoarding this and why?
Because it's cool stuff.
Because it's cool stuff.
Yeah, because it's cool stuff. Yeah, those photos were great. I for some reason so those legs that I saw hanging over the chair. Okay, so for anybody that needs context, if Phil sent me a picture of this antique place that they quote unquote stumbled upon with arrows and directions, and so they get to this place, and it's a really nice little antique fucking, you know, they got like some used goods.
It was literally a barn, and it had a sale.
It looked cool. And then in the distance of this photo, you can see that there's just legs. And when I saw the legs, I was creeped out because they reminded me of like straw legs or like scarecrow.
Oh, like scarecrow legs.
Because you couldn't see any torso. You just saw legs in a chair. And I was like, is that like supposed to be like a joke, like a trick sofa or something?
So I didn't see that reply of yours till after I had walked by Jerry, and he scared the crap out of me because I was drawn to the Christmas tree with a bunch of like antique Christmas stands, like before and to the left of him. So like I see a bunch of broadswords on the table. I see this white Christmas tree. I wander over and I'm staring at the ground and I'm like looking at the prices, and then I look up and there's Jerry in a recliner, and I'm like, huh.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
What the hell are you doing there?
Well, you only answered me after you're like, because it's a person, and I was like, yeah, thanks. Okay,
person, thanks for the obvious. But yeah, no, this was a cool barn. Yes, I know I say stumbled, but it was one of these things where we've seen signs because we're doing our usual Saturday rounds, like flea market, antique store, thrift store, and then like we usually grab like pizza for lunch because there's a decent pizza
it sounds
place
like
over
a
there.
lovely Saturday. Yes,
and we keep the last 3 weekends we keep seeing the signs that's just like red, like I don't know, like kind of like that like chalky red paint red sign like made on a piece of plywood, and then like somebody just took like a paintbrush and wrote barn sale and then just like an arrow. And so this past Saturday we finally were like, you know what, We're going to find out what the hell's up with this barn sale.
Yeah.
And so we go down that way and we're like, oh, have we been down here? Because this looks awfully familiar. And then it's like, no, we've never been down this street because it has you make a left. And we make a left. And then there's like a big sign that says barn sale here. We're like, oh, cool. And it's this farmhouse surrounded by cornfields. And we pull in and the driveway's filled with Audis and Mercedes and a couple of Maseratis. And I'm like, what did we just walk into? And we pull in, we stop, we get out, and like you don't see really what's going on. There's like a little horse stable and a couple of horses outside, and there's this little door. And that was the pictures I had sent you of the giant crystal panther, because we walk up and we're very confused as to what's going on. And this lady welcomes us and she goes, hi. So this is I'm an interior designer and here's my little boutique shop. My husband's in the barn. That's the barn sale over there. So when you finish here, just walk past the big red tractor and make a right. But we were in that little boutique and she's got like $450 like blankets. And we're like, what did we just walk into?
That's what the Mercedes and the this and the that is.
Yeah.
It's because you're on an episode of like From Trash to Treasure on A&E. Like you're on some fucking weird episode. Yeah.
But like, it's just slightly like just surreal because we're just like walking there and we're looking. It's this pristine little boutique that is tiny. I mean, it's like 10 by 12 feet. And it's got so much. It's got a giant table in the middle with all this like ceramic stuff in it. It's got that shelf with the giant like. I mean, that doesn't show you scale. That panther was 3 feet long.
Okay, so what you're telling me is it wasn't a decanter.
It was not a decanter. Okay. It was a solid crystal panther. And I didn't even notice it till somebody walked in and was like, "Oh God, hot panther!" And she's like, "Oh, do you like my hot giant crystal panther?" And I'm like, what is happening over there?
Yeah.
And that drew my attention to it because other than that, I was actually looking at some of the plates and bowls they had that kind of neat.
I got it in Vegas when they tore down the hotel. Oh, okay.
Yeah, this used to be the centerpiece at the
exactly
in the penthouse.
Oh man. Okay, so did you find any hammers?
No hammers. A lot of rusty tools, no hammers, unfortunately. I did go looking too.
Okay.
But it was but yeah, we walked around to the barn and there's equestrian like runs set up and horse jumps and we're like, oh, I get it now.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Horse people, they always have money.
Horse people.
I'm gonna make that stereotypical. I'm gonna take that stereotypical. If you got a horse,
you got money. I'm sorry. Like,
You think a dog's expensive?
Right? It's like when nobody goes to someone's house and go like, "Oh my God,
you
have a dog?" Yeah.
I assume at that point, I'm just assuming the vet charges by weight.
Right? I think that's the best
there's a
assumption.
Scale.
Yeah.
Can't get out of the dog vet for 120. Can't get out of a horse vet appointment for less than $1,000.
Oof! If you cancel,
I'm making just general broad assumptions here. Just
if you cancel the appointment, we're keeping $500. Yeah, makes sense. Waste my time.
But it also like when you have a horse vet, like you're not throwing that thing in the back of the car and rolling down to your local vet office. That's the other thing is they come to you. That's a house call. There's a reason why we don't have doctors that come to us. We go to them. We can't afford house calls.
Oh my God. Barn sale. I wonder what was going through that man's head while he was just sitting there watching people. He's like, yeah.
Well, he was clearly willing to negotiate because we had I had just walked by a pair of concrete greyhounds. Like probably about 2.5 feet tall, like those concrete
like gargoyle statue thing. Okay.
Like that, but they were greyhound dogs. Yeah,
got it.
And this was a matching pair, and he had a tag on them to like 185, and there was this other couple wandering behind us, and the wife saw them, and showed interest, and so the husband says, "Would you take 100 for them?" Like massive lowball, and you think Jerry in the chair is going to be like, "Oh, you're out of your mind." It says 185. Can't you read? Nice. Jerry goes 110, and we got a deal. And I'm like,
$10?
Hold on, this is where we're 110. He went from 185 to would you take 100, and the counter offer was 110.
That's what I mean, $10.
I'm like, I nudged Heather. I'm like, should we just say 125? Do we want a pair of greyhounds?
How much do they sell on eBay?
I'm like, not even that. I'm like, I don't know where I'm going to put these, but for $125, I'll buy them on principle.
Hi. Are you okay? Oh, depresso. Yeah. That is not a really good negotiation strategy.
And
What's going on,
I've
Jerry?
seen, yeah, what's going on, Jerry? But I have definitely seen, but we did learn a fun fact because Heather got Jerry into a conversation and was like, "So how often do you guys do this?" And he's like, "Oh, they only let us do this once a month because we don't have bathrooms." And we're like, "Huh?" It's like, yeah, apparently, if you're trying to like have a garage sale or yard sale, like according to that county's laws, like you can't, or that township's, you can't have them more than once a month because unless you have bathroom facilities.
What?
I don't know how you're connecting. I mean, like I
Put
get
a
it, but
fucking
those are some
outhouse
fun dots. Yeah,
or porta
like
potties.
you don't sell enough concrete greyhounds to get a porta potty.
Maybe that's what the Crystal
So
Panther is full of.
yeah, yeah.
Crystal.
But yeah,
Okay.
it was an expansive. It's 3 floors. It was a very expansive barn. Um,
Oh man, that must have
but
been so much stuff. Do you feel like you? How much time did you spend there?
oh, probably half an hour.
That's it.
Yeah, maybe close to an hour, half an hour, 45 minutes. I mean, we're not looking to buy anything, so it's just perusing unless something really catches our eye.
Okay. Okay. Makes sense. Makes
So like
sense.
I didn't need like a bunch of single pane windows, and I did find one cool thing, but I mean it was just like he wanted like $60 for it. Apparently I could have talked him down to 10, but it was a bell, like a bronze bell, like probably
Okay.
8 inches tall, and it looked deceptively light. That thing was easily 15 pounds.
Oh.
Like you couldn't lift it with one hand. It was a two, like I can pick this book up with one hand. That's fine. Not this bell. It was a two-handed lift. Yeah. You're like, what is this made of? I mean, it's very shiny and yellow, so it's brass or bronze,
And how
but
much do you
boy,
want?
oh, I think it was tagged for like $65. I'm like, is how much is the brass worth? Like if I take this to the
Yeah,
junkyard
that's
and
what
they
I
give
was
me
just
150
thinking
bucks
of.
for it, I'm like, can I just sell this for scrap? I mean,
That's
it
literally
wasn't
where my
inscribed
brain
with
went.
anything.
That's
Yeah,
what I
it wasn't
mean.
it wasn't inscribed with like HMS, Titanic or anything.
Yeah, but this is the same sickness as the box stuff. Keep the empty boxes. Is like, I wonder how much this is worth. Hi, Sulfurs, I see you, but I'm already holding your brother. Please hold. Doodle-doo. All right, we swap tonight. Tonight we hold the small one, okay? There we go. Tonight we hold the small one, okay? Here, I'm here. Yeah, went to the vet. Oh, I know, I saved your life. I know, what a treacherous event. Anyway, she
Oh,
has these little bumps like on her lymph nodes, and it's normal. She's an older dog. Um, she got a couple more of them, and we started like we wanted to just double check just in case, something to worry about. It's not a big deal. Anyway, fast forward. This
so she's
one,
good. She's
yeah,
okay.
she's fine. She's fine. But this one, who has nothing to do with anything today, buddy guy. So he just comes along for the ride, and then he's sitting on Jake. And as you can see, you've seen him sit on me. He sits like an actual
Mhm.
person, like a child, right? So he's sitting on Jake like a toddler with the vest on, right? And I have Sophie, and I'm talking to the
With the vest
doctor.
on.
Yeah. Well, the one that you clip the leash to, so it's like a
Okay,
vest. Yeah.
okay. So it's not
Yeah,
like it's
because
not
if
wearing a
it's just a
coat.
collar, he's gonna snap it and he's gonna run out of it. So we need like a full
Okay.
body thing going on. Um, Put her on the counter. Doctor's checking her out. She does a flinch, like she does, like, leave me alone. I don't want to be touched. And he starts, but like for a solid 5 minutes straight, the entire time that me and the doctor are having a conversation, this guy's doing mall cop shit, right? Because he can't really do anything. Like, so empty threats, a lot of empty threats. Like, I'm saying,
Mall
take me,
cop.
take me serious, take me seriously,
All
right?
right, that's the runner up. That's the runner up title for this episode.
Mall
Mall
cop
cop.
shit. Well, it's true. He just like tried to be threatening, but I think he was just trying to be like, "Don't piss off my sister. I'm looking at my sister." He was being a cutie patootie. Anyway,
It,
yeah.
yeah, it's fascinating. So, the two Shih Tzus Heather has are litter sisters,
Okay.
and and boy, like they are. I mean, they were born. They've been always together, And same deal, like you can't pick one up and take her out of the room without the other one having a full blown like,
Excuse.
where is she? I can't see her. Fix it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So even like I've accompanied Heather to pick them up from the groomer, and we'll take one and put her in the car, and I'll sit in the car with her, and it's like an instant whimpering fest. It's like your sister's 60 feet away. It's just hold on, she's getting blown out. You'll just need to give it a second.
Please. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's adorable where he's like,
well, Sophie gets anxious because, you know, the last couple times we've gone, they've had to get like shots and stuff like that. And I told you about the whole bloody murder thing that happened with him last time, where he like,
yeah, but you're
I thought it literally
we didn't even touch him.
Yeah, I thought it was a cat getting skinned, and instead it was him. And they're like, we didn't even touch him yet. He's just screaming by himself in a corner. And I'm like, wow. Like, okay. I guess the baby steps. But yeah. So she obviously had her anxiety because she knows what it means to be at that place. And it was really just a physical checkup. And she didn't even like whimper. Like nothing negative happened that visit besides them. Like everything was in their heads, you know? So to see him sit there, like Clint Eastwood, you know, like just on the fucking porch, like, you know, damn doctors. Like back in my day, we just used to eat dirt and get over it. Like, just like a fucking, like, yeah. So he was just expressing his displeasure and his dislike of the trenchcoat mafia, you know, like whoever it is that shows up that looks like they have a mask on and they got some fucking doctor suit. So, yeah. But it's okay. You were fine. Yeah, I love your face. You always have the worst breath, though. It was the worst breath. Okay, here you go. There you go. You're a good girl. Go be free. So, yeah, that was good. But nothing really special happened after that. Back to work. I was still supposed to take an x-ray. Haven't taken my x-ray yet. It's literally the 3rd week I'm supposed to take this x-ray. And
we're avoiding it just because
not
got better things to do.
You're
like, I'm procrastinating. Calm down.
It's like a mixture of procrastination and a mixture of go do this thing. Okay, I will do it. Here's the imaging paper that you need to bring as a referral. Okay, can't do it here? No, says doctor. Go to other place. Okay, drive to other place, 40 minutes away. Hey, thanks for stopping by. We don't take your insurance. Go to other place. And so this is happening over the course of like every couple days because I'm a person that has other things going on besides driving around trying to get a fucking x-ray. And so I was just like really getting fucking annoyed. And then I finally called my doctor and I was like, listen, it's 2 places now. Not happening. Who takes Cigna and can do this x-ray without me having to schedule it before I actually have to go back and see the doctor? Because when I went to establish the whole PCP thing, I was like, hi, nice to meet you, blah, blah, blah. He asked me a bunch of questions, looks into my medical history. Do you have anything that's ailing you? My back hurts a little bit. I don't know why. It's starting to hurt me like it did before the surgery. Maybe I have like a muscle or something or a nerve. Okay, here's a prescription for XYZ. Take this until we get your x-ray results. And that was, like I said, 2 solid weeks ago. But I don't have an appointment with him until the 29th of January. So I know there's still time, but the holidays are coming, right?
But that's just so, I guess, infuriating. Because, again, I've dealt with that as well. But just the like, oh, no, you know, sorry. We face east. You can't be here. You have to go to the one that faces west. But they don't take your insurance.
What's frustrating me even more is that I don't know if it's because I had gone to the gym that morning and then went straight to the doctor. Whatever order I did, literally after I left, my right arm started to go numb. So there's something pinched because for 2 weeks now, the right side of my body falls asleep, which is not a normal thing, right?
See, this is why you don't change oil in a car. You change oil in the car and it falls apart. You go to the doctor and now your arm's numb.
See, exactly. And I was like, great. And I was like, now I really need an x-ray because I'm sure I have something pinched. And I'm still like trying to, it's just so annoying. It's like, you know that small strip of highway you gotta drive through that has all the worst traffic? And I'm like, yeah. She goes, well, the x-ray place is at the end of that. I'm like, well, what the fuck? Like, I don't... Okay.
Well, thanks for making it so more appealing for
now you're
to my procrastination.
Now you're basically just telling me flat out that I'm going to lose 2 hours or 3 hours of my day while I have to work because I got to go get this fucking goddamn x-ray. So I'm going to attempt tomorrow.
It's like just an escalating slide puzzle.
I'm just going to try to go tomorrow. No, I can't go tomorrow.
See, well, Mark, I'll take the physical challenge. Oh, sorry, no, you don't have any schedule.
Oh my god. Damn. I was like, I'm gonna go tomorrow, and I was like, I can't go tomorrow. I promised that I would take one of my comp days for the gym. So my one-on-one tomorrow morning, I just, sounds like we're going Thursday. That's what it sounds like. Anyway.
Until you remember what's Thursday. No, I know. The last week has been a slide puzzle like that, where it's like, but of course with environmental factors, because it's like, oh, let's go get the Christmas tree. It's raining the entire weekend. Okay, so no Christmas tree. Christmas tree Monday. Oh, the Christmas tree place I want to go to, because I'm a big fan of like physically cutting my own tree down from a field. Mm-hmm. They're closed Monday and Tuesday. But my child is indisposed on Wednesday, so that's not happening Wednesday. Mm-hmm. So my schedule thing was like, I lay this out to her in a very like, so here's the deal. You're going to get home from school. We're hopping right in the car. We're going to the place because it's the winter times. So it gets dark at like 4:15. Mm-hmm. So if we don't get on the road at 2:30 to get to the thing and then wander a field for half an hour, we'll be doing it in the pitch dark.
With your
and then it's like
headband and your lights.
Yeah. And then it's like, Christ. And then it's like, get home, feed, eat, dog walk, this thing, that thing, the other thing, podcast. It's like,
I know.
So you're like, yeah, no big deal that you haven't gone in 3 weeks. Something always comes up.
But I will.
But also driving up and down for 2 hours. Yeah, no, thank you.
It's just, I have to do it though. I should just get it over.
Oh, I know you do, but I'm just saying, is just having to drive to a place only to tell them, nope, sorry.
That's what it is. Yeah. It's like I moved meetings around to accommodate this thing, and now I'm like, it's getting a little bit more heavy than just moving meetings. But I did want to say, as unless you had something else to add, I was going to start the wrap up here.
Yeah.
Thursday, December 14th, there will not be a podcast. We have a sorry, we're leaving to Tennessee, so Jesus's birthday is the 14th this year kind of celebration.
Fun.
Yeah, so everyone's getting together and doing like gift exchange stuff Thursday, because the 5 of the 9 people are basically leaving to go do their own little, family thing. And so if you're still good with the 18th, I'm down.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, 18th is down.
Okay.
So let's 18th, yes.
Okie dokie. So. All right, then. Well, this was nice.
A little bit of administration. A little bit of how the sausage is made for the audience.
A little bit of what? How
the sausage is made.
Is that the name of the next episode? Because I'm coining that.
No, you can. I mean, do you have... Okay, we can discuss the topics later.
Sausage. It's how it's made. No, maybe.
Okay. No, have you ever seen the it's my favorite dumb Rick and Morty bit is when they did the Plumbus bit based on, because I loved the How It's Made from History Channel.
Oh, me too. It's one of my favorite things to watch. Hours and hours.
Just watch it for just hours and hours of it, and it's just the greatest thing. It's just like sausage, how it's made.
How it's made. We should do that. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be sausage, how it's made. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching to tonight's episode. Watching two tonights. You know what? He fucked up the beginning. I'll fuck up the end. Have a good night. I'll see you next Monday.
Toodaloo.
Toodaloo. Bye.
Peace.